Anita.
And I am Lorianne.
And you're listening to Anxiety is a Mother.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So before we started recording, you were about to tell me something.
No, you told me you was drinking the same bottle, right?
Yeah, we ironically have the exact same.
I love it. It's the alignment. You know what? My last Airbnb guest left this for me.
Really? That's too funny.
And I needed this. So that's cool that we both in alignment. So yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know.
And for my Airbnb guests at the Rockstar Unicorn, yes. When you leave me stuff, sis partaketh.
I know that's right, honey, because it's not gonna go to waste, especially a drink. So what has been going on with you? Let's check your energy. How are you feeling today?
How is my energy? My energy, I feel perfectly aligned, hence us drinking the same wine and not discussing that prior. Right. But no, like I just feel really good. I had some I've been testing myself to do more meditation because honestly, I always say I practice meditation because I'd be like, man, my mind be going a million different ways. But when you get into that good, like deep, when you actually let go and then you start having these revelations, it's like, oh my God. So today was one of those days where I just felt like I really was able to tap in. Everything has been in flow. So yeah, I'm feeling good. How you doing? How's your energy?
My energy is really, really good. Everybody is back to school. My son finally went back to class, from the Christmas break. So I absolutely love having the house to myself. Like I look forward to that, which I love my family. Don't get me wrong, but it is so nice to just be in this big house and it's just complete silence, like quiet. I love it. Like that is so underrated. Just having just stillness and having time with yourself, moving at your pace, going about my day. I love that. I slept in. I missed the gym this morning. But, sometimes we have to listen to our bodies and rest because I'm always I go hard in the gym. So when I need to rest, I listen to my body. I take a rest. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, my energy is great. I feel really, really good. Yeah, I'm good. I just feel like I'm in a good space. So
that's good. And that discipline of going to the gym is so important. I haven't really talked about it, but I've been going to Pilates pretty consistently almost for the past year now. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing great results. But child, this New Year season, usually I can like book I'll book my classes out, like what days, what hours I want to book for the, maybe 2-3 days in advance.
The New Year, New Me people is deep in the class.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't want y'all to cut out y'all goals, but can I get a spot? Can I get back in the gym?
They occupied about the first 6 weeks and then it starts falling off. And that's no shade. I don't mean to sound shady, but it's true. I deal with that. I've been with my trainer this is year 5. I've been with her. And you see.
Wow, 5 years?
Isn't that crazy? Or it might be 4. It's either 5 or 4, but you see it every year. Like every January, our classes would be packed, and then the gym is packed, and they taking the waste, and they in your space, and then about 6 weeks, we're back to regular scheduled programming. So, and I hate that, but I wish that everyone would just stick with their fitness goal because your health is everything. People out here chasing money and the cars and the bags and stunning and flexing. Baby, take care of your body. It's so don't push that.
Your health is your wealth. That's your true wealth.
It is. And we need to encourage our family and friends and loved ones to take care of themselves, to stay out those drive-thrus, to watch what you're putting into your body, just everything. Like it's so important because then when you have all these ailments and diabetes and all this heart disease and everything else going on, that's not natural. You shouldn't be dealing with those things. It's all about what you're putting in and what you're putting out. is getting you those diseases. So anyway.
And a lot of times I'm struggling with that myself. We see a lot of stuff on social media, and this is what we're supposed to be doing, and we should do this, and this amount of time, work out this amount of times a day. But when you weren't raised around that, and that's not who the people that you look up to did, it's really hard to transition into that. And sometimes it's hard to know what to do because there's so much information out there. So you do have to be patient with yourself. Don't set so I will say, if you set a goal, set those bite-sized little pieces in between so that you are able to get to your goal, because sometimes setting your goal so high, I want to lose 30 pounds in 2 months, and it's like, but how you gonna do that though? Like, realistically, with your lazy ass, realistically, because come on now, after the 6-week new year like hype, how are you gonna be feeling?
Yeah. It is so easy to get distracted and to get deterred, especially working out is the biggest mindset shift. And if you haven't shifted your mindset, if you're not working on your mental, if you're not around like-minded individuals who are going to keep encouraging you, like my gym sisters, like when I tell you, they be on me, like on me all the time. So it's so encouraging. You have to have those like-minded individuals around you because they know the journey you're on. They know the struggles. They know the temptations. They're there to help you along the way, to give you that little push when you need it, to tell you, now pick them weights back up. You done dropped them. We're not done with this set. Like, you need that to help you choose the healthier food options, or to stay out the drive-through lines, or not to have those drinks, which we all know that's my struggle. Like, cause sis gonna have a drink. Like, I'm gonna have a drink.
What? Maybe we should say the statement of the year is, because we know how we said our words of the year. The statement of the year is, are you getting distracted again, sis?
Right.
Are you distracted?
Right.
Are you detouring from what you said you was going to do? Because you have integrity, right? You're going to stick to what you said you was going to do with that discipline.
And let me tell you, like, I swear, like, all the women around me, including you, like so many, like everybody, I don't have yes friends. I don't have people that's just like dealing with my little BS when I'm on my BS train, or making excuses, or not doing it because I don't feel like. They like, nah. Like, I brag about something. Okay, but now that's great. Congratulations. Now to the next step. Like, you can go harder. Like, you can do more. Like, you can make more than that. Like, all the time. And you need that because it helps you. It helps you. And then to see them and witness those other people going hard, to witness you going hard about your businesses and your brands and not stopping and keep going. And you need that, because it's like, okay, let me get on it, because my people around me, they working, they're putting their energy and effort in, they in the gym, they eating right, they focused on their business. Whatever, you need that around you. It's so important. It is so important. So new year, new me, people, stick with it. Don't give up. And if you feel like you're getting discouraged, I would say surround yourself and speak it into existence, where you meet new people that come into your life.
Accountability partners.
Yes. Most definitely.
Tell your accountabilities, this is who I aspire to be, the version of you that you aspire to be. And whenever you're detouring from what you said you was gonna be, allow them, give them the free range to be like, hey, you remember when you told me, you said, don't get defensive, don't get mad, don't be like, bitch, don't cut off, and why she, no, because you gave her the permission to hold you accountable.
Now, like, don't get me wrong, because every now and then I had this one girlfriend named Jen, especially in the gym. She'd be like, now, sis, you said you want to work on your back. Look how you seen her doing these rows. Get them elbows up, like tighten up, like pick up some bigger weights. Like she does that. And it'd be 5 in the morning, like, girl, shut up talking to me. Like, I will admit, like, I'll be there. And she'd be like, I don't care what you say. Like, do it. Like, and she doesn't care. So my little idle threats don't mean nothing. Or me rolling my eyes, it don't mean nothing. But that's what you need. That's the energy you need around you, those that's going to push you to that next level. So yes, shout out to all those. Yeah, I love that I have that in my life. But that brings me to what I really want to talk about today. So over the weekend, Sunday, I went to a friend of mine's vision board party. And so when I was reading the thing, it was like vision board kind of, but with a twist or something like that, it says. So I'm like, okay, I didn't really read into it too much, but I was just excited to see what it was going to be about when we got there. And a couple of my friends came with me. And so anyway, we went through just a lot of steps of just talking about like our intentions for the year, where we saw
When
us.
was this? Why you didn't invite me?
Well, it was so last minute, and I don't know. And they really reminded me about it. So how it came about is she told us about it at the Christmas pajama party, and I forgot. And so then Sharice, one of my friends, Sharice, texted me, or no, she asked me at work. She was like, "Hey, are we still going to do that? Isn't it coming up?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought it was next month, girl." I look at the calendar. I'm at the flyer. It was actually Sunday, and this was like the Tuesday or something, Thursday or something. We were talking, and I was like, "Oh crap, that is Sunday." So we went on and bought the tickets and went. So yeah, a couple of my coworkers came with me and friends came with me, and it was really good though, because it wasn't your typical vision board. We're used to doing the vision boards, which I absolutely love, where you go through magazines and you're cutting out and the pictures you want on it, the words you want on it, and just the goals you have set for yourself. But this one we did an actual vision tree. So we drew out a tree. We have like a big roll of paper she cut out for us, and we drew out a tree. I wish I would have took a picture of hers, but we drew out a tree. And so what she wanted us to do, she had us write down what we wanted to focus on, our word for the year, which we talked about that. Episode 1, mine was focus. So, and then we wrote, what do I need to do to obtain this? And so I wrote down being intentional with my day-to-day, my time, and my energy. So then we had to write down 21 I am statements.
Oh, wow.
Right, 21. And I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. But it came as I started writing. Oh, I got through it so fast. I had more, and I just stopped at 21. And then we wrote down our goals and objectives for the year. So what we did with our tree, we wrote up in big letters our word for the year. Then the leaves were the I am statements. And then at the bottom, our roots were the things we needed to do to reach our goal. Because of course, the roots is the life of the tree. If your roots aren't there, your tree's dead. So we went through these steps, and it just helped me, unpack these things of really breaking down, because I feel like we can do vision boards and we can say these things, but what are you really how are you going to be intentional about this? What are you going to put into it so that on December 31st, you've actually achieved your goals and you're not just sitting there in the same place you were a year ago, not being intentional. So I wanted to ask you, why do you think, how is there power? What is the power in actually setting those goals, even if you don't actually make a vision board itself or your vision tree, but with writing things down so that you stay focused and aligned throughout the year? Where's the power in that for you? Or do you think there's power in it?
Oh, yes, yes. I think that's a great question. And like I've said countless times before, a lot of this was not introduced into the way we grew up.
Right.
Like, let's be real. I mean, some of this might be some new age, type stuff, but a lot of this stuff has been passed down for a very long time. It's just certain people aren't privy to it because of whatever the circumstances. But yes, there's so much power in writing down. I'm new to a lot of this stuff. I believe the true power, the true essence of manifesting is to be able to write something down, see it every day. Because what I have learned through this human experience is we forget so quickly. Every day I wake up, like one day I might be like, oh, dang, it's some stuff I watched that I did, like TMZ and just all different type of stuff. I forget. I forget. I see it and I be like, did that? Oh, wow, I did that. And I promise you, that's not ego at all. I look at it and I'm like, I forgot I did that. So the same, imagine goals that we said we was going to do, things that have not come to fruition, how we said, oh, I'm going to do these. Oh, I want to do this. Ooh, that's going to be fun when I do that. But we didn't write it down. So it's just a thought. It's just a thought out there, just floating. So writing it down and sometimes putting a date on it. You ain't got to be comfortable right away putting a date, but just sometimes you just have to have the wherewithal to just let me just write this idea down. Even if I'm not ready to put a date, I had put a goal down for 2023 for January. And I realized later, because I was like kind of having anxiety about it, like, dang, it ain't came to fruition. And I was like looking through my notebook and I was like, oh, you didn't say when. You said January. Bitch, what January? 2025?
Right.
2027? So it's like, you know, it's stages when you write things down. You have to be at that level of awareness, that level of understanding.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's not going to understand when I write something down, the true power, until you're at that level of awareness within yourself.
Yeah.
So yes, there's so much tremendous power in writing things down, being very clear, taking that time to meditate so that you're clear on, okay, I'm setting this goal, but how do I visualize this goal? I had this conversation with a mentor recently, and it's so crazy because you already know how I am. I be so amped up. I be so passionate. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm about to be a billionaire, bitch. Bitches is rich, you know. But it's like, but how you gonna be rich though? Because your ass still trying to like clear these overdraft fees, like you know what I mean. So I had this conversation with my mentor.
But then I might be rich as fuck tomorrow, like. She said, and when she said that, you know, I felt that so deep because people out here and they see you got your businesses, and now you done started another business and you doing this and you going here and you going there, baby. It be the struggle. Like when people have business, that mean they fronting something. That mean they digging, taking money from here and they doing this and they doing that. And yeah, it's coming back in. But also as soon as it come back in, most times it's going back out. Like a lot comes into this. So you can't sit back and look at people doing X, Y, and Z and think, oh, it's all together, baby. We be out here on a dream and a prayer sometimes. Like,
baby, $1 in a dream. Oh, 1 second on a side note. I just want to thank you. Like on a transparent front, you have helped me fund a lot of my dreams, because there's a lot of times like my ambition. I'm one of those people that's like overly ambitious. I see the end goal. Sometimes I didn't always see the steps in between. I'm like, bitch, I'm about to be a billionaire. Why are you helping me? Not saying to you per se, but just in general, like I'm about to be a billionaire. Like I got this idea, But if you don't have the actual clear roadmap, then you really just like looping and chasing your tail. So for the people who, you know, were at least lenient to kind of help me get through some phases, because it ain't always been easy. So I do thank you for that. I appreciate that. But back to like writing it down and making it clear, that's super important, because if you don't have a roadmap and you don't have a true vision for what you're doing, nothing's really gonna flow.
And I can say on the other end of that, like I can have big ideas. I have big ideas, but then I'm like, I'm one of those people. I have to start at point A, step A.
I start at point Z.
Like I need, and see, and that's what makes us so different. And of course we know that about each other. But for me, like I'm a Virgo. I'm organized. I'm detail oriented to the T. Like I need to know how, the when, the why, the where. Like it all. I have to have it all broken down so that it flows easy. Jumping from here to there stresses me out, or just thinking about that and not knowing how I'm getting there, just thinking about it, it stresses me out, you know. And I feel like it can be bad because sometimes it may hold me up from getting there because I hadn't got.
That's why we balance each other.
Yeah. And so that's where that balance comes in. So it's like I can't be scared to go to the next step if I haven't figured it out yet. Sometimes that's okay, but you got to make those steps. You can't hold yourself back just because you haven't figured it out, all of it out yet, you know?
Yeah. It's just all about alignment and awareness and understanding, because every day we're still learning who we are. You know what I mean? So now that I do understand that I'm a point Z person and then I have to work my way backwards, then that's where people like you come into place, where it's like, you can help me backtrack, because I have this huge, amazing $1 billion industry corporation idea, but
you got to get there.
I ain't got the organizational skills to get there.
How we start. Yeah, that's so important. So if I can say anything, let's just be intentional about writing things down, the power in it, staying organized, writing our vision out and making it clear. And not only that, but not being afraid to set those big goals. I don't just want a house. I want my dream house, if that's what's on your vision board. Like, go all out. What's your every want, desire? Like, we serve a big God, an amazing God. This ain't no mediocre God. Like, we serve a God of all gods. Like, what you sit here asking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Nah, sis, go hard. Go all in with the house. Go all in with the car. Go all in with the job, with the salary, with the business, with the man, and not be afraid to settle. Like, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. You know, and yeah, that doesn't mean, now we got to be realistic, especially when it comes to relationships. That doesn't mean that he's going to send you somebody that's perfect, but I feel like you know it when you get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Does that make sense?
I feel like you have to be grateful through it every step of the way, every step of the way. Oh, I want to tell this quick story. So the other day, Pretty Rose, we celebrated our 11th store. So I went to drop off product and shoot some content. Thank you. Shoot some content. So I get in my car. I've probably been there about 30, 40 minutes, you know, shooting content, just kind of chatting it up with the owner or whatever. I go to my car and that bitch won't start. Like, I'm parked in front of the store. Our 11th store that's selling Pretty Rose, like, Pretty Rose is this $1 billion company, right? So car won't start. I'm like,
even your own car.
I got gas. I'm in my car. I'm like, oh, damn! I thought I could push it to the limit.
Bitch, you got gas.
Half the battery was dead. So, long story short, right next to the store that sells Pretty Rose is a mechanic shop. So I go over to the mechanic shop because no way can I walk back in the store and tell the owner, like, hey, I know you just bought Pretty Rose, but me and my kids, we like stranded out here. I don't know what to do. So I go to the mechanic shop. So I'm like, hey, I'm talking to the guy and I'm like, hey, my car just ran out of gas. Is there anything y'all can do? So this other guy walks out of nowhere. I met this guy before. The first time I did a pop-up at this particular store, like trying to, you know, get them to sell Pretty Rose. Black guy, super cool. He said, you know, you Pretty Rose. I got you. He said, I'm parked around the corner. I'll take you to go get some gas. He took me to go get some gas, put it in my car, realized it wasn't the gas. It was probably the gas and the battery. And he charged my car up. So I was able to leave.
Look at God.
So it's just like moments like that. It was embarrassing, but for me, it was hilarious because the old me would have freaked out. Like, oh my God, I'm not in alignment. Like, why is it happening to me? And then you allow that to ruin your day. I ran out of gas. Oh, because that's inconvenient, right? I got my kids with me. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. But for me, it was funny because it was like, wow, the alignment, the fact that I met this person before, they were open and willing to help me in this crisis.
Yeah.
You know, so
I love that. I just feel like it's confirmation, and no matter what season you're in, like I feel like, you know, the devil will come in and try to throw anything in there to make you feel like, you know, what you're doing isn't working. You're not on the right path. You're never going to get ahead. But at the end of the day, I'm still in a zone of celebrating my 11th store.
Yes.
Reason that I didn't crank when I love it, honey. I just celebrated putting my product in its 11th store. Like, no, we're not going to be there.
Think about it. The average person. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It was a delay. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying you're not going to be down about that or deterred. Okay, my car won't start. It happens. Okay, yeah, let's fix it and keep it pushing. Like, not allowing little things to just come in and disturb your spirit. Things, people, none of that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Lee said something, Lee, your trainer, she said something when she was on one of the episodes of our podcast. She said, am I going to let a moment ruin my whole day? Mm-hmm. And when she said it was kind of like, it took me a while, like over time I absorbed it. And I'm like, it's a moment. It's
Yep.
all about how you deal with that moment. I laugh the entire time. My daughter, she's more embarrassed than I am. Like she's humiliated. Like she's just like, oh my God, like why would you call and tell somebody that and talk about it? Like I'm embarrassed.
She is a done diva. Girl, let's get out of here. What you have coming up? What you need to shout out? What are we plugging today? What's going on?
Highly Post Yoga is February 4th at Bloom Labs. I'm so excited. So our it used to be Blunson Yoga, so we rebranded. It's Highly Post Yoga. It's a Reiki session. It's chair massage. It's sound bowl healing. It's some beginner yoga stretching. It's some pre-rolls. It's some edibles. Like it's an amazing time. Of course, you can always book the Rockstar Unicorn. You can always book ZZ's Ice Cream Puffs. If you're interested in being a guest on anxiety as a mother, that's always available. And then yeah, roll up in luxury with pretty rolls.
Awesome. And as far as me, so Good Energies, tribes, planners, and journals are officially available. I haven't posted them yet, but they are on the site. They are available. You can check out energies.net to get your planner or your journal. I do recommend getting them both because you need one and the other. And follow us at energies.co on Instagram, at Good Energy Tribe on Instagram, and I am at Laurie N317 on IG. All right, y'all. Bye.